so today I am making cube steak, my favorite meal. And my next of mine once called this the poor man's meal. But listen, I eat steak a lot, probably every week, more than once a week. And this is still one of my favorites. Alright, so I actually season mine with I don't use a lot of seasoning. Obviously, I use a more in season all. And I'm using some black pepper. But I guess you can also season it. I've seen people season it with garlic pepper and onion powder and stuff like that. But to me, I don't do that. And they still taste good. So I'm not going to put all that seasoning on mine. But yeah. So anyways, season that. Then I go in with some pepper. Not pepper. And I put my grease on. And I'm gonna get some flour. Season my flour. And you don't even need to cook them that long, to be honest with you, because I'm gonna smother them in gravy, and then that's when we'll get a lot of the flavor and cook with the gravy. So the grease is hot. Flour. My cube steak. And I'm cooking enough for tomorrow for lunch. Ooh, this is going to be so good tomorrow for lunch. I feel like it's always good the first day, but it's definitely good the second day. Alright. I'm going to let these cook on each side a little bit. And then I already cooked my rice because I usually like to do cube steak, rice, and gravy. Fancy, go park it. My dog, she has an area. Go sit down. When she's in the kitchen, she needs to be in one spot. Okay. Yeah, I usually like to cook my rice because rice takes the longest to cook. And I use a rice cooker because, and I don't know why my rice cooker always overflows. It always overflows. But I use a rice cooker because it's so much easier. You can just kind of set it and forget it. Don't have to worry about burning no rice. Just so much easier. Alright, and today I went to BJ's and got some pork chops. Now these are some center cut loin bone-in for only $10.82. This was a great deal. I don't even know. And then obviously I got some ribeyes for later this week. Now these were kind of on the expensive side, 40 bucks, but worth it. Okay, so with my cube steak, I love eating it with rice and corn. So I'm gonna put my corn on. And I usually just use frozen corn that I get from Wegmans. And yes, we have tons of food in my freezer. We are fully stocked. Okay. So for my corn, I usually do the frozen bag corn from Wegmans. Yeah, the bread and butter. I love that version of the corn. Okay, so with the corn, then I put some butter in. I usually use the Land O'Lakes stick butter. And I know it already says bread and butter, but we're adding more butter. Alright, so put butter in it. Then I like to season my corn with pepper and salt. And that's how I eat my corn. I do pepper. I'm gonna get salt, which I use the Morton again, iodized salt. And then get me a top. All right. Now, let me flip my cube steak over again. I might let them cook for a little bit longer. But again, you don't have to have them fully cooked, because what we're going to do is, let me cut this up a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to make some gravy. And let it sit in the gravy for like 20-30 minutes, and then that'll fully. And I like to make sure that I keep my stove clean when I'm cooking. Okay. And for the oil, I use Mazola corn oil. All right, so again, just like to keep my workstation clean. My corn is on, my cube steak is on. Okay, so as far as cooking the gravy, I usually like to brown my flour. I guess you can put white flour when you're making gravy. You can put white flour, but I usually like to brown it so it's already like cooked, the flour I'm saying. So, and I usually like brown gravy and put it in the refrigerator. And actually you can buy this from the store, but I'm not sure why anyone would buy it when they can make their own. I don't know. So yeah, I've already browned some gravy. And I'm going to use that. Brown some flour. I'm going to use that for my gravy. And yes, I am using an old country crock as my Tupperware. Yep, I'm black. Yep, that's what we do. All right, I'm going to use this for the gravy. I don't need the season of salt anymore. I'm going to use salt and pepper to season it. And then I'm going to get some onions and cut those up. And these onions been in here for a minute. I've been on vacation, but I did go to Wegmans today and I bought some. See, all this needs to be gone in the garbage, because I have been on vacation. I have not been able to clean my refrigerator, and so that's sort of. And I'm throwing out a lot of shit, unfortunately, a lot of meat, but that's okay. Throw these out. Throw this out. Got my bacon. That was garlic. I forgot what I was about to make with that. Got some Moscato wine for, I don't know, a special occasion. Grapes that I had from 2 weeks ago. I'm going to throw those out. Got steaks. Now these are the steaks that I do eat quite often, is the Perfect Portion steaks. And again, I went to Wegmans today. Got some peppers, got fresh onions. I bought some cherries to have as a snack. All right, let me get an onion. And I heard you're not supposed to put your onions in the refrigerator, but I don't know, I do for some reason. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna cut my onion. Alright. Now for my gravy, I'm just gonna use, again, this is not as elaborate as some people's recipe. I saw somebody else had cooked it on Facebook, and they were using, like, I forgot what they was using. I forgot, but I ain't doing all that. So I'm gonna just peel one onion. And again, for your gravy, you can put onions, maybe peppers. I don't necessarily like peppers necessarily in my gravy, or this gravy, so I'm only gonna use onions today. I actually don't like a whole bunch of onions either, so. Alright. So again, I'm gonna flip it over one more time. You know, I love when the meat falls off, because I use that as my gravy. I'm gonna flip it one more time. But I don't want to cook them hard, right? That's kind of hard, but gotta be all right. Put it down a little bit. But I love having like this stuff here. So good for your gravy. Now, what I did learn from watching the video of someone who did cook beef steak was that normally I would clean my pan out before I make my gravy, but today I'm just going to kind of use what's in the pan to make my gravy and see how that comes out. Okay, so I'm going to take these off, and again, you don't want to fry them too hard because you don't want no hard. And again, the video I saw earlier, they left all this goodness in the bottom of the pan, so I'm going to leave it in there too. And I'm going to put my onions in. And again, if you want to use peppers and onions, you can do that, but I don't like peppers in my gravy, like I said before. So I'm going to saute these. Ooh, saute onion smells so good to me. Alright. Make sure to get all that good stuff from the bottom of the pan so it doesn't stick or burn. But saute my onions. Okay. They smell so good. Ooh, I'm hungry. Either that or I'm hungry. One of the two. Probably both. They smell good and I'm hungry. And it is 9:30 on a big old Wednesday. My day off. And I'm still eating mad late. Alright. Let me turn this up a little bit higher. Okay, so I'm going to let this saute for just another minute or so. And then I'm going to put in my flour to thicken this up. And again, from the video, they used beef broth and chicken broth. But I don't have that right now, so I'm just going to use plain old water for my gravy. And again, I'm sure the beef broth and the chicken broth makes the gravy taste so much better, but I don't have that right now. And again, I think my gravy still tastes pretty good. Stir my corn. And again, it don't take corn that long to cook because it's already cooked, right? We're just literally just warming it up. Ooh, I'm so hungry. Okay. That's that. Alright, so I'm going to put my flour into the pan. And again, I don't think I have enough flour, but I might have to put some white flour in here. And the flour, again, is going to thicken up this grease that we had used to cook. Yeah, I don't think I have enough flour, so I might have to use some white flour. Yep, I will. Okay. Like I was getting thick. And again, I ain't got no measurements for you, okay? You just put it in until the spirits tell you, enough. Enough. Okay, so I'm going to put, again, at this point you would probably want to use like a chicken or beef broth. But, again, I don't have that right now. I'm just going to use some water. And again, I ain't got no measurements for you. Sorry. Like I said, you're just going to have your ancestors give you a cue. That's enough, my child. Alright, so now this is really thick. I'm going to put some more water in here because I don't want it this thick, right? I don't want it to get trapped in my throat. But I do have a lot of cube stick and I do like a lot of gravy. Actually, I probably had enough. Probably put too much flour in. But that's okay. We know how to make it do what it's going to do. Alright. Yeah, this is really thick flour. It's really thick because I put a whole bunch of flour in there. I probably didn't need all that flour, but it's okay. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put our cube steak back in. And I want to... This gravy looks so good. And again, I'm going to have to try it with the beef and chicken broth because I'm sure that just elevates it even better than having the water. But again, when I say poor man meal, this is definitely a poor man's meal. And I think back in the day, probably at school. Now, I never ate this in high school or school or anything like that. But I think this was like the Salisbury steak, maybe, what they used to call Salisbury steak. I ain't never ate it in high school. But I will make my own, okay? Alrighty, so now I'm going to let this sit up in here again. I'm going to let this sit. Woo! I'm going to turn this down to like a 3. So it's like simmering. I'm going to let this cook for about, let me say about 10 minutes maybe. Because my cube steak was pretty done. So I'm going to let that gravy just sop on in there. Make the cube steak a little, it'll make the cube steak softer. Because I'm going to just let that simmer like that. And I'm going to eat my food. I'm so hungry right now. Okay, so all this stuff. I'll wash it up. Alright, we'll turn down my corn. I don't want that to burn. Turn that down as well to like a simmer. Again, you want to make sure cleaning your... Oh, I forgot to put in my pepper and... forgot to add my pepper and salt. But, you know, you can do this at the end too once you... Because sometimes people don't eat a lot of salt, especially black people. They don't like eating a lot of salt. So you may want to be not as generous. You know, you may want to leave the salt off when you're making your gravy. But this is for me and only me. So it's all good. I'm just gonna... Again, and you can add more water to this if it's too thick for you, or use less flour. I use probably too much flour, especially for the, like if I had them pork chops, man, this would have been some good gravy for that. I mean, you can put gravy on anything, okay? Gravy will make a meal from good to great. All right. So I'm gonna let that cook, simmer. Probably want to put a top on that to let that simmer, but I'm gonna just leave it like that for now. And we'll be back to eat in a minute. Alrighty.
He wanted me to stay. He was good to me. I'm not saying he was all good, but he was good to me. What was it like to kill Dean?
So the way I like to eat this is I like to eat
It must have been
the corn,
person who'd ever treated you with respect.
spread over, and then gonna get
No, it was cool.
a piece of the cube steak.
See, Dean talk. If you're ever in a situation where you have to shoot someone, shoot them until they hit the ground. Don't stop because you shot them between the eyes. Shoot that person till they hit the ground.
And then
3 times a shot, Dave.
it's so sloppy, but girl and guys, this is good, okay?
Proud of the way I did. I can be proud of
This is my final meal right here.
Why did you?
Oh, this is what I'm gonna eat tonight. Sloppy Joe.
Just never got enough nerve to do it until I did.
That's it.
You would. I just didn't want to anymore.
Wait for the pack up 10 minutes after.
This is it.
Only I had to defend myself.
Cube steak, rice, gravy, corn, a Coke,
Same way that he looked at those
and a
boys.
smile.
I ain't
All right, y'all.
I was known
It's
as a
been
playboy
real.
in high school. Party person. People knew running with me meant you run around with chicks.
That isn't what I asked.
David.
All right, so
David told
first bite. Let's see how this tastes. Now, I like to have some rice, some gravy, a little bit of corn.
I have a mind. You either enjoy what you do or you go crazy. So when I did something,
That's how I like to eat
whatever
it.
it was, I tried to enjoy it. I didn't dwell on it later. I feel remorse. I'm glad
So
it's
good.
over with. I'm glad Dean ain't out there killing kids.
So good. Well,
But as far as
hope
the
you enjoyed this.
motion killer,